This is South Africa, and its beauty and diversity, but it's a pretty broken economy. Well, it's not too surprising. South Africa has always been an unequal economy. One thing to know, South Africa was never its own native entity. It was a colonial project. And originally, South Africa was colonized by the Dutch, but then the British said, "Oi, what's this then?" and took over. But finally, the British kicked the Dutch out during the Boer Wars. Yeah, we got the land. Now we're gonna make people's lives much worse. And so the British and the Boers said, "We're not gonna let the natives govern themselves. That's our God-given right." At least that's what Cecil Rhodes said. But in 1913, the government did a Native Land Act, which basically said, you gotta stay in your own racial group. This act gave the Europeans 92% of the land, and the natives 8% of the land. This act got rid of the competition of farming and used the natives as cheap labor. And this power struggle lasted until the late 40s, which got worse. In 1948, the Afrikaner Party took power, and their new president, Daniel F. Malan. And he said, "We need to have a partness." Actually, he said in Afrikaan. And you see this word right here? Apartheid.
What's apartheid?
And what does apartheid do? Apartheid was a series of laws that separated the population: white, colored, Indian, and Bantu. And Bantu stands were established by the government to segregate the population. And the Mixed Marriage Act prevented interracial marriage. And the Bantu Education Act restricted non-whites from university. And the AFC leader, Nelson Mandela, was put in jail. He's important later. The Angolan Civil War saw South Africa fighting Soviet-supported Cubans, and the Namibian War of Independence saw South Africa trying to reclaim West South Africa. But then the UN got involved to end apartheid in South Africa. Hey, end apartheid or I'm going to sanction you. You really think I care? We're going to sanction white-owned things. Aw, come on, be reasonable. And so apartheid finally ended in 1994, and Nelson Mandela became South Africa's first black president. And everything was perfect forever. Wait, no it's not. There is an energy shortage today, hunger is rising, and crime is pretty high. And so that's the story of South Africa. I give it 6 out of 10 stars.